I cannot tell you what panic has just ensued here, honestly. I got here, I've got a list. I brought a list again, being really, really good, thinking I've got a list, I'll go through it, do this, blah, 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 tick it off, you know the score. And I thought, oh, I've been sent something fantastic to review, right, which I'm going to do over a few videos. It needs a proper review. It needs honesty. I thought, yeah, I'll start that now. I'll start it this week. Then I thought, hang on a minute, where's my bag? Where's my bag? Oh, we've all had that feeling, haven't we? Where's my bag? Thinking, right, did I leave it in Greg's? Did I leave it at the cash point? Thinking, where the devil was it? So I got ready to go, and then go home. And I thought, right, I'll ring Greg's, right? I rung Greg's. Is my bag there? No, your bag's not here. I thought, oh, God. All this stuff that I've been sent, you know, all together, because there's a lot of it, it's a lot of money to me. I thought, how am I going to replace all this without them knowing? Because I'm still going to have to do the review. So I panicked. And I thought, oh, hang on, Meadow's at home. I'll ring Meadow. So I woke Meadow up because she's off college now. So she's still asleep. And I said, will you go downstairs and check to see if my bag's in the front room with a couple of boxes in? So she went downstairs and she went, what, the first aid box? I said, no, not them box. No, not them. And I told her what was on the box. She went, yeah, they're here. I can't tell you. I'm a bit disappointed because I wanted to start reviewing today because it's something that I'm going to review at the time and then I'm going to come back to it and tell you if it is as good as I perceive it to be. Okay, I don't want to give too much away, but I wouldn't put my name to anything, right, that I wouldn't recommend other people using, honestly, so it'll be an honest review from me, but not in this video, unfortunately. I'm very, very sorry about that. But we have got plenty of things to do today. So it is this time of the month where we get our seed club seeds, which means we can sow them now. As you know, I've got a couple of spots still available for seeds because of this very thing. If you remember, when I first started this year, I kept saying we're going to put lots of different things in the bed, not just have one thing in the bed. So this has got the beans in it, hasn't it? Remember, we put the beans either side of that path to the loofahs, beans over there, one remaining garlic. We've got the sweet peas going round. We've got the lemon cucumbers. We've got normal cucumbers. We've got sweet peas. But in this one here, we've got that like L shape there that we can still plant in. I think that might be all we've got left to plant in, actually. Maybe, yeah, I think that is it now. We've virtually used every spot, which is great, isn't it? Oh no, I've got one planter on top of there, that wooden planter I made last year, do you remember? We've got that planter there. I could plant something in there easily. But that's what we have these seeds for, so that at least once a month we've got something to sow. Right, so let's see what we've got this month. And then we can pick one, can't we, for today? Whoop. Okay, we have got kohlrabi, which is a early maturing purple stemmed variety of kohlrabi, a member of the cabbage family, known for its mild turnip-like flavour, succulent flesh. It's a popular choice for home gardeners due to its good bolt resistance and ability to produce high-quality, delicate crop. Okay, it says we can sow July and August, so we can May, June, July, August is when we can sow it. And we're in July because it's July the 9th now, okay? For a crop, if you sowed it in July, I would imagine we'd get it September, October. Okay, so one of the late ones. So that's one choice we could do in a little patch, half of that maybe. Right, the next one is Swiss chard. Well, I did chard last year, didn't I? Multi-rainbow chard, was it? Or just red and yellow chard? I can't remember, but I couldn't find anyone to eat it. So it's pointless. So probably won't bother with that one. Then we've got carrots. Well, you know, forget carrots this year. Maybe try carrots next year, sowing them into the bed where they need to grow. Which might actually next year, might do it in that long one there. You know, the long one where I put the onions? That one there. Because I think it's deep enough to get a decent sized carrot and it's not too firm. And I've kept it fed. That soil, get that compost in the soil, sorry, fed this year. So it might be a good place to put the carrots next year. But think on that. And then is this the last one? It's American land cress. American land cress is the next best thing to water cress with the same peppery taste, but does not need constant water and will produce a delicious crop with a lot less effort. The land cress we could maybe pop in that little box there, in the little box, have it on there, and then do half of that spot down there, that L-shaped spot, with the kohlrabi. Okay, and then that leaves us another spot for August, to sow something in August. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to do today. We'll do the kohlrabi and the American land cress. Let's do that one first. Right, okay, so this is the wooden box that I meant. Remember I got that rusty bee from Temu. I stuck it on this box here. So this, I made this for peppers last year, and I got about half a dozen peppers, and I think that was it. Right, okay, so tell you what, let's do a really novel and unusual thing for me. Let's read the instructions. Okay, sowing. Sow seeds thinly in pre-watered rows. How big are the seeds? Oh, tiny. In pre-watered rows, roughly 30 centimetres apart. Okay, well, we're not going to do 30 centimetres apart. That would make one row in this, okay? So we're going to look at the instructions and quite honestly disregard them and cover with half a centimetre of compost or fine soil. Okay, germination takes roughly 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, 1 to 2 weeks. Right, obviously, I've read the instructions and I'm going to virtually ignore them, apart from the bit where it says pre-watered drills. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I think, can you see? Yeah, and let's just give it a bit of a mix in. Let's give it a bit of a mix up. I think we did this, filled this with some fresh compost and stuff a few weeks ago, didn't we? If I remember correctly. Let's give it a bit of a dig, make sure, because I think I put compost in it, or chicken manure pellets or so. I put something in it, maybe horse manure, to make it good anyway. Okay, right. But like I say, I'm going to do 2 rows, not quite 30 centimetres apart, more like 20. Right, that's just because otherwise I'd have none in there. Right, pre-watered. Okay, that bit of the instruction I can do, sorry. Right, I would say that that is pre-watered. Look at me, following instructions. Sort of. Right, let's have a look. Oh, tiddlers. Super tiddlers, right. Okay, let's just shaking them in. There we go. Still got plenty left there. Still plenty left. Let's stick them back in there. Half a centimetre of compost, it says. Yeah, you know. Let's just cover them over. Let's just cover them over. I'm not standing here measuring, am I? Just a fine covering. Okay. Shall we? Let's give it one last water. Right. Okay, so remember that one in the B one is American land cress, okay? And it's the 9th. So maybe in a couple of videos we might have something there. We need to find a spot for it though, because it's not staying up here. Let me have a think as to where we can put this B land watercress thing. Okay, well, I think I found the spot. Let's see if I can bring it over without knocking anything over. Here we go. I think that this would look perfect down here. Okay, I don't particularly need to go down here apart from to get the beans. Which point, well, where should we have it? Should we have it at the start? We can just step over it. Let's see, I like that because it's got the bee on it there. Let me see. And people can see it. People can see the bee as they walk. Oh, should we do? Let's do Let's do one of them walk by things. Let's do a walk by. Like we do. Like pretend we don't know it's there. All right, let's just pretend. Okay, we're just going for a walk at the allotment. Let's see what we can see. Ooh, this place looks nice, doesn't it? Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Oh, look, look. Very nice. Oh, my goodness me, what's that amazing thing there? Look at that bee thing. That looks fantastic. Wow. I wonder what that is. Oops, sorry, there you go. That's what one of my walk paths look like. Okay. Look, flowers. You're on. Might as well show you. I've been picking these and picking these there and here. In fact, I'll pick one now. Just keep picking them so that we get lots and lots of flowers, but I'm going to take them down to the communal area, because there's a memorial bench there for Irene, who I think she was here about 30 years at this allotment. Just stick a couple of extra in. And I've she's got a memorial bench. I'll talk to the camera. We've got a memorial bench for her down here now. It was delivered last week, I think. But I've put a pot of flowers there that I keep my eye on, you know, just to make sure it looks pretty. But here is Irene's memorial bench. And it says, in memory of Irene Johnston, always on the plot, her happy place, R.I.P. Lovely, lovely lady she was. Many a good conversation with her. But I left this thing of flowers here, so I can keep adding fresh ones and keeping my eye on any dead ones. Does that need water? No, the water's okay on that. But yeah, I just thought I'd just leave a pot of flowers on there. Let's go down. Sorry, it's atrocious filming. Nothing new there. Right, I just thought it looks nice. Have a little thing of flowers on there. And that is a lovely bench. And I've sat on there and I've had a brew and had a think about her and think, oh gosh, Irene, I wish you were here to cut the grass because you did a fantastic job at cutting the grass for many, many years. But I've been cutting it, and this fella on this plot has also been cutting it. So we're on our bit anyway. We can't go around cutting everybody's path. So we just tend to do our bit. As you see, it gets a bit rougher down there, grass-wise. But yeah, we keep on top of our bit, which is the main thing. Right, come on. I'm going to put a little tick in my little book now, and let's see what's next on the list of things to do. Oh, just realised, sow seeds. I've done one, haven't I? We need to do the other one. Was it the kohlrabi? Right. Let's get the kohlrabi stuff and let's do the bed behind us, the L-shaped one. We'll just do half of it. We'll just do half. This bit, and then the little chunky bit can be next time for whatever seeds we get. Okay, right, let me get the other seeds. Funny little story. I picked a spring onion on the way out of here the other day, and I posted a picture of it on my YouTube. You know, on the post where you, like a community tab thing, the posts, and just said, oh, I picked this spring onion, I'll take it home, see if Willow wants it. It didn't make it home. I tell you why, because I met one of my subscribers from this channel and the other channel as well. And for the life of me, I keep calling her Julie, right? Me Julie, right? She's known as me Julie. She's not actually called Julie, but for the life of me, I keep calling her Julie, and I don't know what her name is. I keep forgetting, because it doesn't matter. It's the person to me that matters, not the name, right? She's a really nice lady, and she's just moved here, actually. She's moved into the area that I live in. In fact, I walked past her place to get here. But anyway, I said, oh, she likes spring onion. She went, yeah. So out my bag, a nice warm, because it was boiling, a nice warm spring onion she got. She said she was going to have it with cheese, her cheese on toast. I wonder if she did. Maybe. She did say she was behind on these videos. Can you believe it? She said she was binge watching because she was like weeks and weeks and weeks behind. Outrageous. It's like she must have a life or a job or something. I don't know, not watching me constantly every week. Anyway, so hopefully she had it on some cheese and toast. Maybe, we'll see. I'm sure I'll hear about it. But yeah, sorry, I keep calling you me Julie. I don't know why your name won't stick in my mind, but you know who you are, because you took my spring onion. Okay, I've no idea where my trowel is, so I'm going to use that. Oh, no idea where my trowel is. It's right in front of me. Honest to God. What's this? It's just compost. Do we have you know what? Let's tell you what, it's here. what we need to do, I don't know what I planted in there, what I put in there, bone dry, whatever it is. Right, first of all, we need to get rid of all these weeds. Let's weed it. It's a bit that I haven't weeded. Right, what can we put them on? I need something to put them on. Tell you what, let me just read these instructions and I'm going to put it on here. Sow direct into fertile soil in shallow drills, 1.5 centimetres deep, spaced rows about 30 centimetres apart, can grow in containers. Right, okay. 1.5 centimetre spaced rows, smaller bulbs can grow. Right, okay, right. Basically plant them. Okay, I'm just going to put the weeds on that, but this is the idea. Is I'm just going to weed this first because I haven't touched it. I literally have not touched this bit. Leaving it for now. So you can imagine what this is like, weeding. I'll do this and then I shall bring you back, right, when this part is done. I'm just going to do this bit here, okay? I'm going to save that bit for next month so we can plant another one, sow something else out next month before it's too late. I probably won't sow anything September onwards. I never ever do well in winter growing. I mean, just look at my garlic. Look what happened to my garlic. God, I don't even know what happened to my garlic. Dug up, died, I don't know. Just, I don't know, give up. It was going, in fact, you know what, I did pull the dead ones up because they looked like were a bit bulby. So I'll show you them later. I've put them in there. I thought, oh, I'll just leave them in there in case, because I don't eat it. I don't know if it looks right or if it'll taste right. So I'm leaving them to dry. But they were a bit gnarly, but I'll show you them in a bit. Right, I'm just going to weed this. Right, there we have it. Right, with drills, 30 centimetres apart. So we can more or less do 30 centimetres actually, can't we? These look like big hard lumps, but they're not. Right, drills, 30 centimetres apart. Okay, 1, 2, 3, okay. I don't know how many seeds there are. If we fill it, we fill it, and if we don't, we'll have to think of something else. Okay, 3 drills. Right. Don't know what size these seeds are. God, the tiddlers. I don't know if I can. Might be. Oh, right. There's not many. The tiddlers, but there's not many. Right, I think I might have been a bit too optimistic here. Oh, gosh. 1. I'm going to spread them apart. 2. Because otherwise, I'm just not going to run out. There's the tiddlers, but you can pick them up. Right, so I'll do it like this and then I'll go back and do 1 in between, more or less. Because there isn't many. Okay, so extra 1. Just keep putting extra ones in until they're gone. Okay, right, there's not many. Let's right, I think we're gonna definitely cross our fingers for this. I don't know why, but when you see tiny little seeds, you think, how the devil? How are they going to grow? How are they going to grow into anything? Right, let me get the watering can. Right, there you go. I might put a little bit more on later, but there you go. The seeds are sown. I'm going to tick that off my to-do list. I think it's definitely worth giving you another little walkthrough of my plot, because every week you come back, is more and more and more. So I'll just give you a quick walkthrough and see what's happening, see what's going on. Right, let's start with these sweet peas. Flowering lots, I've picked quite a few. We can just pop some of these up there that are getting a bit scraggly. Let's get you up there. We've just done those. So those are the beans I planted last time. The outdoor loofah's not doing fantastically. Sweet peas, yep. These are starting to get flowers now. Look, flowers here, flowers here. So got the onions, got the sweet peas over there. Should we see if we've got any cucumbers? I haven't even looked. We've got flowers and possible cucumbers behind the flowers. Nothing. These are just normal ones, I think, normal cucumbers, if I remember rightly. Is that a cucumber? No, it's a leaf. And those are the lemon ones. But we've got flowers, so quite hopeful. So let's just do a proper walkthrough. There we go. Okay. But look, sweet corn, flowers. I'm not going to put them in the bags again because the ones in the bags are staying small. I know the roots can grow through, but I think they can grow through the bags more freely. Grow without the bags more freely than with the bags. Somebody did say take them out of the bags next year, and I will. I can't even do the bags next year. I do think it hampers the growth somewhat. Right, there is a pumpkin in there somewhere. There we go. That's one that was given to me. These are my Jackby little pumpkins on there. The sunflowers. And you know, while I'm doing this walkthrough, let me tell you. These are supposed to be Moulin Rouge. These are supposed to be black and red. Does that look black and red to you? Because I'm telling you now, it doesn't look black and red to me. So, duped. I was duped there. That is not Moulin Rouge sunflower. You can see the petals are probably a bit different, aren't they? And the centres. But that is not a Moulin, that's not red. That's not red and black by any stretch of the imagination, right? So probably duped there. Anyway, right, let's get back to the sweet corn. Sweet corn with all my obstacles in the way. But look. We are going to have sweet corn soon. And I'm still debating, that's not what I did, but I'm still debating whether to put the bags around the sweet corn when the tassels are down and they've been fertilised, when they start growing, or to put a shelter over them. I don't know. I've got enough stuff to make shelters, so I might just, they look nice with the little houses on them. It did look nice. And it'd give me something to do, won't it? So maybe. Right, we've got all these flowers. Now these sweet peas behind here are a little bit behind. I think it's because these block them. They will pick up. I mean, they are starting to get a bit better now. And they're growing into there actually. But I'm hoping they will grow up a lot more. But I think these flowers are blocking them. A bit like over there, they were blocked last year. Nasturtium's fantastic. These ones over here that were sweet peas were blocked last year, but I've put beans in them this year. As you can see, the beans are growing. Well, the flowers are growing. My lavender is doing fine. Here we go. On this side, we haven't got any of the seedy things. This is still the rainbow sweet corn, isn't it? So see what I mean? But this side, they were in the bags. But look, compared to that side there, and that's my self-pollinating kiwi, which I have to take in the winter for the first 2 winters. That's why it's in a pot. Okay, but it's growing. And it nearly killed it, didn't it, if you remember, in the heat of the polytunnel. But yeah, the difference between that, look at them bees. Difference between that and that. Flowers, great. We'll get to these in a minute because we're going to pick them. Strawberries are finished. Fantastic strawberries this year. This year, the strawberries were absolutely amazing. The biggest harvest that I've had. Will they come a second time this year? I don't know. Did I get some in September? Maybe a freak few strawberries came back. I don't know, can't remember. But all I know is they did fantastic this year. I'm going to I've got some horse manure left over, and in the winter, I'm going to whack that horse manure on there again, and the rhubarb. And the rhubarb, I cut it, didn't I? Last video, the video before, but look at it. I cut it down. There's virtually nothing left of it. And now look at all these new growth, new leaves, tons, leading us onto the sweet peas. Lovely. I'll pick some of those in a minute because I want to encourage it to grow. Snap peas, a lot of these now are going to seed on this side. I missed them 1 week, didn't I? And that was the end of them. But, you know, I'm going to collect the seeds. We've got snap peas there, which we can harvest. and a little sweet pea there, and a little sweet pea there. I don't know how they've got in there, but sweet peas are always beautiful. With snap peas we will harvest. Right, cucumber. Ooh, cucumber. Yes, don't mind if I do. I think we'll pick you. You are a picker, I think. Right, there you go. Our first cucumber. Have we got any more? We've got some growing. Now, last time they grew, but maybe they weren't fertilised. I'm not quite sure how it worked, and they just withered and died. It might have been late in the year. I can't remember now. But we did get a load, and then they just withered and died. Peppers. How are we doing for peppers? Right, we've got flowers, so I'm presuming the peppers come behind the flower. Oh. That looks like a pepper growing to me. That looks like a pepper. Right, let's have it. Let me put my cucumber down there. Stick that down there. Look, we've got cucumbers growing, but remember last year, oh look, another one there. I have my hopes raised, but then I don't have them raised too high. But I wonder why that one happened to be a big whopper over there. That's strange, isn't it? Right, radish, how are we doing? Ooh, that one looks like it's been chewed. Right, so it's been chewed, so we just pull it anyway. Oh, look at that, it's been chewed by something. But look at that radish. I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it there. A couple of sweet peas in there. Nothing in them. I'll just empty that into the compost. There's just a couple of random sweet peas in there. Right, radish. So look, radish are growing. Radish are growing. Probably pick these, actually. What about these black ones? I didn't have any success with the black ones last year. None at all. Right. They don't look like they've got any sort of bulb on them. But they do. Should we just pick one and see if it's ready? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Radish. Right, we're going to add that. Add that to that. Okay, little mini harvest. Get a couple of these peas, shall we, while we're here? Seems we're building up some sort of harvest. Oops. There we go. See a whopper there. Yeah, miss this side. Oh, look at it, they're all going dried. Not to worry, you got to have seeds, haven't you? There's a green one. Oops. A green one. You've gone. Anything else? Any more? Any more? There we go. Right, I think, oops, that this side is finished. I think this side is a finished side. Apart from maybe if a few flowers come on, or I'm just going to leave them to dry. We'll let them dry. We'll harvest them, but I've got a few here to add to my harvest here. Right, okay, we're having a thorough walkthrough. This kohlra is doing really well. This kohlra, not as well. I don't know why. Still growing, but that one is doing fantastic. Look at that one. Chives and everything is doing great on there. My fennel growing crazy. Right, beans. I missed this bed out into the beans, but look. Oh yes, we have some beans. Beautiful flowers on these runner beans. Beautiful flowers. I've had quite a few flowers on this thing as well. My favourite flowering plant there. Moulin Rouge, don't think so. Do not think so. Got other stuff growing here in between. Never got any teddy bear sunflowers, did I? Even my own didn't grow. Right, we've got beans here. These are growing fantastically. These are stumpy ones. Don't forget they'll only grow about yay high, so 50 centimetres, something like that. We've got snap peas on here we can harvest. That's something I can do later. You get the idea. Oops. I can harvest the snap peas off there. They're all for picking. I was doing well. My flowers on this spot here. It's nice to have flowers there, isn't it? Right, and I know we'll quite often do a walkthrough, but it changes, doesn't it? It's nearly up to the archy bit. Oh look, that one's going round the corner. It changes every time, doesn't it? So flowers, another lot of flowers with bees on. Look, they still attract the bees. You see that? I've got a big pot there. I want to fill out the flowers in a minute. Right, sweet peas. Oh, nasturtiums. These little wayward nasturtiums. Didn't plant them. They plant themselves, nasturtiums, don't they? You could pull them out. I choose not to. Just because why? Why? Look, got lots of different coloured things. These are making, I don't know what that is. I'm just waiting to see what that turns into. Waiting to see. Right, my sweet corn in here, we'll have to water that in a bit. But I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in there are doing okay. They might not amount to anything because it's so late in the season, but they're alive now. And I'll come here and I will, in fact, I'll save some of these for the kids tomorrow because you know what? They sat for ages shelling them. They sat for absolutely ages shelling them. So I might just take a few, but I might also leave loads. Okay. And those are my sweet potato leaves. I'm sure they're probably growing sweet potatoes, but the leaves are what we want. I'm doing fine. Oh, we can sow something in there next month, actually. Sow something in there. That's free. That's the only other free space apart from that one down there, if you remember. Right, what's that? Oh, I just tell you that I harvested all the lettuce. So that's another empty one, actually. We've got one more empty one in there. And the spring onions, I keep taking them and they're getting eaten. So they're doing okay. So we've got more free beds than I thought, actually. I forgot I took the lettuce out of there. So we've got the lettuce bed we can sow some seeds into. Because don't forget, every month I can still sow seeds. I've got that bed there that's got nothing in it. Okay. Good, but there's no point in putting anything in with the sweet corn. We'll see how that goes. Let's not overcrowd it. That might come to nothing and I'm not bothered about that. It was just, they were needed saving. I thought I'd give it a try. I need to turn that compost. I still haven't turned it over. I'll do it. Look, I've put my seeds, my paper waste in there. Paper waste in there. There's my lemongrass. And look, my kola plant is growing nicely. And nasturtiums, obviously. I want you to grow a bit more wild, please, so you can flop down. Still got this up because I've got one last working day tomorrow, so their tent is still up. Peas. Right, the fresh peas are there. Growing. I took out all the dead ones because it was looking a bit messy. So I'm hopeful when I've given everything a bit of water, things might pick up just a little bit. Right, okay, let's go and cut some flowers and put them in a vase because that's a nice frivolous, I've not said that all year, that's a nice frivolous job for us to do, isn't it? And not an allotmenty job, more of a frivolous job. There's so many of these yellow ones. I don't like them, really, but they create great colour. There's just so many of them. Oh, there's a yellow and white one. That's a bit nicer, isn't it? Yellow and white. Pretty. We'll do the yellow ones first and then I'll start adding pops of colour. I don't know what these is. These is. I don't know what this is, but I just quite like it. You know, it fills it out a bit, doesn't it? I quite like that, but I've no idea. I've not had this one before, so I don't know, but I like that. Different texture. Gives it a different texture, doesn't it? It's quite a bit of that. We'll cut some of the borage because I can't stand borage. Cornflower's one of my favourite flowers. Cornflowers, poppies. Poppies are all right, but they last a second. They last just a second. So that's annoying when you get such a beautiful flower. It was nice, a nice little pop of colour. Get another one of those. Oh, the seeds are on them. Oh my God, nasturtium seeds already. Oh God, they're just everywhere. And then I've got to go around collecting them. That's a pain. Right. Okay. That one's a beautiful one. Look at that one. That one, I love that one. Pink and lilac and purple. Has 3 different colours. That so far. Let me go around here. Get some of this white. Not very long, sorry. You got my backside in then. Not pleasant. A little bit of white. Let me go around here. I can move. My sweet peas are actually a bit longer than you think. They just flop down. There we go. There we go. Right, I'm just going to see if I've got anything to add to that, like a sweet pea. Let's go and see if we've got a sweet pea. Right, well, we can have a couple of these sweet peas. Little splash of colour. We need to cut them to get them to grow more, don't we? So, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Bit of splash of colour there. Bit of splash of colour there. Right, let's go and put them. Anything else? Those haven't flowered yet. Right, I think that'll do. Let's go put them in the big pot and see what it looks like. Ooh. Nothing new there. Right, let's stick it in this big pot and see. Ooh, let's stick you at the front. Sweet peas at the front, come on. Oh yeah, I tell you what, I didn't think those little spriggy things were very much, but I like them. I like them. They had a bit of something, don't they? Put my sweet peas there, look at that. So we've got, let me take you off, show you properly. We've got a little posy there. We've got that, our nice new one there. And as we walk through, we've got that one there. See that? Oh, look at them. I think they were the ice cream nasturtiums from last year. Do you remember the double coloured one? So disappointed with the nasturtiums at the side. I really, really am. Oh no, they've picked up. Oh, oh look, and my bulbs have grown. Oh, my purple bulbs have grown. What's that about? Hang on a minute, purple bulbs have grown. They were spring bulbs. They were spring bulbs, sorry. Let me just, oh look there, from that side. Beautiful flowers. Look. But here, look. They were bulbs. That I planted. That's great. I got that from my mum, some sort of bush, just to sort of do that corner. You know, make that corner a bit nice. I might keep adding to that corner just to hide it. I'm going to do something with that corner next year, definitely. But that nasturtium's okay. Nice bright little bit there in that little corner. I try and keep this bit trimmed a bit so it doesn't go over. This is like got mint in it and comfrey and iris or something. I don't know whatever that is. It's got a few and ferns, and I just have blackberries, but I cut them down because I can't stand them. But this has got, it's a bit of a nature. Look blackberries. Look, there we go. There's a blackberry. I'll get the kids to have that tomorrow, actually. Some more, because there's raspberries at the back. They've been playing in the kitchen with the raspberries, the gooseberries. They've got some blackberries tomorrow as well, and I'll cut them some rhubarb. They can play with the rhubarb. But this is supposed to be a wildlife pond, as you can see. Oh look, it's got a flower. It's got a lily pad. Wildlife. So although I keep this path clear so they can get to the water, the rainwater, to be able to top it up, etc., I still keep it wild but trimmed, just because, you know, I don't want it to overtake over there. Look at that, because that bramble looks like it's going to overtake, so I might have to cut that back. But it's still a wild area, but I'll try and keep that so that they can walk down and get the things they need to do, but still a lovely wildlife pond. Lots of newts, and as you heard, the frogs last year, lots of frogs. Now this, I think this is wild carrot. So it's not carrot, but I think this is called wild carrot. There you go. Got lots of lovely things to attract the wildlife here. So yeah, I think that's called wild carrot. So yeah, there you go. That was a little, wasn't little really, was it? It was a massive walk through. Yesterday we held a little Oasis concert here for the little kids. It was fantastic. I should have left it. That was a stage down there. They had a little stage and microphones and whatnot. Right, okay, so yeah, that was a little walk through. Now let me sit down, have a look at my list and see what's next on that list to do. Oh, hang on a minute, I haven't shown you something. I haven't shown you my loofahs. I've not looked at them today either. Right, keep it that way. Let's just have a, tell you what, it's sunny. Let's take this off. Sorry. Say sorry a lot, don't I? Say sorry a lot. I've even got the little kids that I look after. They always say sorry. They'll just do it and they go, sorry. I think it's an English thing. I think it's a British thing, sorry. Not English, I think it's a British thing. We just apologise for everything. Anything and everything. You get run over by a bike, you say, oh, sorry for you running me over. Sorry, no, it's my fault. Very apologetic. Right, loofahs. Here we go, loofahs. Look at them. Let's get rid of these while we're here. Let's not let them start taking over. What's that, you a little nettle or something? Let's get rid of you, I don't know what you are. Bit of clover. Right, look at that. Look. Right, so, do you remember they were about down here, weren't they? Now look at them. That comfrey, I need to move that comfrey back at the back. Look at that, I think they're okay. What do you reckon? Just going to leave the thingy off them today for when the sun comes out. But look at that. Oh, look, they're climbing up here. You know what? Do you think we might get a Luffa? What are you thinking? Comment down below. Do you think I'm going to actually get a Luffa on this lot? It's July, so what, we've got a couple of months to grow. We think we're going to get sun. Maybe. I'm just going to cut that comfrey back at the back, I think. Look, it's pushing on it. Don't like it. Just grow. I'm going to get the hedge cutter. I'm going to get the hedge cutters. Just going to get them. Just going to get the hedge cutters. I'm going to do it. So I've cut it from the back of there, and I've also cut that side as well because it was going over onto Lindsay's plot. She couldn't have been happy about that, surely. Didn't even notice that. So put that side back, chopped it right, and I'm just going to leave it because it makes good fertiliser. So when it rains, it's putting the goodness back into the ground, isn't it? It's as important that you put goodness back in. But look, I've chopped it right down. Still got flowers on it for the bees, but it just means that they have got a bit more room, because I can shove that back, because that was being shoved right in. Okay, but not anymore. That's better. And also I thought about it, you know, I need to leave this open because of the bees. I need bees to get to this stuff, don't I? Without bees, you've had it. So every time I come, I need to keep, and if we've got sunny days for a few days, I'm not going to close it. I'm going to keep it open so that the bees can get in. Gosh, it wasn't for the fact that I'd just seen a bee on something. I thought, oh yeah, saw a bee in there. I thought, oh, I need them. I need that open. I need the bees to get in. Right, okay. I am now going to sit down and think about the next things that we've got to do. Right, what I'll do now is I will just show you those garlic that I pulled. Oh, I would never. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't have much luck with things, do I? But these were the ones I pulled, but I don't know. Do you think they'll turn into? Sorry, they smell like garlic. Okay, I'm just leaving them. I don't know what to do. That's not even separated into bulbs, has it? That one. Yeah, that one has. That one's separated into bulbs. And this one, probably, I'm just going to leave them. Look, that's separated into bulbs. I don't think they've come to anything. I don't think they've come to anything at all. But I've left them, and I'm going to leave them in there. And, you know, maybe they'll turn into something, I don't know. Right, I've got a bit of an issue. And it's an issue with this. Okay. Now, polytunnels are great. I love my polytunnel, but this is the second polytunnel I've had, okay? They last me about 18 months. And for £90 for 18 months, I'm going to say it's worth it. It's worth it to replace it every 1.5 years because it's my shed. And in order to get a shed that big, I would have to pay about £1,000, right? I don't even have £100. 90 quid is my limit for a polytunnel. What happens, you see, is the stitching rots, okay, and it's really majorly rotten along there, and I've glued it and I've taped it, and you know, this side's not so bad. I mean, last time when this polytunnel broke, it broke all along that seam there, and to be honest, I could have repaired it and I could have got another summer season out of it. It's just when we get the winds in the winter, they're absolutely howling. Oh, look at that. Sorry, I just looked at that view there with my parasol and my chair through the flowers. And I thought, oh, that looks nice. Anyway, sidetracked. Anyway, so we get howling winds about January, I think, February, that sort of time, really massive. And this takes a battering. It's pegged down, so it's not going to go anywhere. But what it does give is the seams, they rot. But if I can get another 6 months before having to buy, if I can get through to next year, that's 2 years that I've had out of this one. So what I need to do is, don't know if I'm going to do it right now, but my idea is, let me just, the messy bit, it's all messy. Let me just get here, 1 second. Yeah, stick that there. This, right, my idea, I saw it online. Some lady had posted a video. She hadn't posted, oops, sorry. She hadn't talked in the video. She just like did a few images of her making this. So she got a piece of wood, right, and she stuck it here. So she attached it. She puts a couple of holes in the top. Cut it at an angle. A couple of holes in the top. Attached it. Stuck it down there. Attached it to the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stake mine in, right? And then she attached. So she attached it. I think she just attached it with tape, to be honest. But I'm going to put maybe a piece of wood over and screw it on. So that wood, let me just get a smaller piece. I'm not going to do it this week. But I'm just going to show you something. Sorry. I'm just going to show you. There I am. Sorry again. I'm just going to show you with a piece of this wood. Right, imagine that's a piece of decking. All right. You got your decking. You got it attached to the bottom. You got it attached to the top. Like so. Yeah? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a piece of wood here. Screw it through onto that. Okay, so you get it. We've got a piece of wood attached like that. Yeah, can you imagine all the way up? All the way up, all the way down. I'm going to finger it into the ground. I'm going to attach it into the ground. You know what? Should we do it in the next video? Should we do that in the next video? I can't do it now because it just takes too long. This video will be like over an hour long. But what I have got, doesn't everybody, have a roll of really wide hook and loop fastening, you know, hook and eye. Velcro, as a trademark name would be. Right, so the idea is, so I've glued that down on there. You've got a piece of wood sticking out here, piece of wood sticking in there. Yeah. I'm going to attach that one side all the way down to that. And then somehow I'm going to attach the loopy one, or whichever, the opposite, all the way down the side of the zip. So that I'm just merely pressing that one on to that one all the way down there, because this is just giving way. It's rotting. It's really, you know, I want to get a little bit longer out of this. And if the seams break again like they did last year, I'm going to tie them together and I'm going to patch them up. I want to get another, you know, season out of it if I can. Although it's not very dear to replace, I don't want to unless I really have to. Yeah, I just want to eke it out a little bit longer. So that is a job definitely for next time. But so if you're going to do it with me, get yourself some thick hook and eye, a nice bit of decking or wide wood to attach. Yeah, but we'll do that next time. I just thought I'd show you that thing. I always do it on my hand first because when it's hot, the water gets very hot in this pipe, so I have to just check it's not boiling water that I'm putting all over my plants. But yeah, now it is time to give everything a bit of a water. Something that I do at the compost area quite regularly is water it. I'm going to say, I presume this will help it compost a bit quicker. In my head, a lot of these things are not based on fact, what I say. You know, they're just based on what I think. So every now and again, I water the compost heap before I turn it. I have soaked that compost now for, I did it all over you know, held it in place for quite a while, creating nice big wet spots all over. And then I just left it in there for about 2 or 3 minutes running. I'm just letting it soak through now, because then what I'm going to do after my brew is I'm going to turn the compost over. I haven't done it for probably, when was the last time I did it? About a month ago? I don't know, a long time ago. So I'm just letting that water soak through now. And then I'll take my fork and I'll give it a little bit of a turnover. And I'll bring you with me. Ooh, while I was waiting for my water to boil, I picked all the snap peas there. Nice little harvest to go with that mini I keep calling them cucumbers, the gherkins, right? If you think, wow, they're tiny cucumbers, they're actually gherkins, okay? So I'll pick one gherkin, a couple of other peas, look at that. I might even take a spring onion, see if we can get a spring onion home. There you go, a little harvest while we're waiting for my brew. Oh no, fatal error. I have sat down, I've got my brew. It's very warm, overcast but very warm. Fatal error, getting comfy. And now don't feel like turning the compost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. I am going to say that we are done for today. We have done lots and lots of jobs. Fatal error though, don't sit down. Do not sit down when you've got jobs to do. Okay, I'm going to have my brew, I'm going to relax. I'm going to stay here now for a few hours. I'll turn the compost next time. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I don't always spend my time lay down. Not that you see, anyway. I do spend a lot of time lay down here, but not that you see it. So thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. That's all I ask of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you next week, and hopefully the sun will be out.